Any of you familiar with Abraham Hicks? She always speaks from positive expectation. Positive expectation. Meaning you're always expecting the best to work out for you. But is that the truth? Some could say that it is, on a deep, profound level, that things are working out for you. As in, there's always an undercurrent of you getting exactly what it is that you need. But some people, when they're getting what it is they need, it's not always pleasant. It's not always a pleasant thing to get exactly what you need. And many times when that happens, it doesn't even really, sometimes it doesn't even feel like it's what you need. Sometimes it can be very painful, and it's like maybe we're blaming other people and we're not even aware that something is actually in our lives to help us learn how to change. So in that way, yes, positive expectation, everything's always working out for me. Yeah, everything is always here in my life as a resource to communicate to me what it is that I need to be learning, embracing, changing, and ultimately letting go of. Are we in agreement? Yeah? Positive expectation, okay. Now let's look at the other flip side of that. Do things always work out for you? Do you always get the job? Do you always get the relationship that you're looking for, that you want? Have you ever made a bad business deal? Have you ever lost money? Have you ever moved in with the wrong person? Have you ever gotten in a bad relationship that didn't work for you? That, quite honestly, maybe you've been abusive. Now, of course, we can always say that on some level it is a good thing because I needed to learn that and I need to experience that. Okay. But on the other hand, are things always working out for us? And well, the truth is another way of asking that is, are we always making the right decisions? Are we always aware of ourselves? Are we always aware of our motivations and how we're showing up and where we're coming from? And the answer is no. We're not. We're not always making the right decisions. We're not always in a place of constantly receiving these wonderful blessings. We're not always constantly moving our life forward. We're not always constantly leveling up and learning and discovering something new about ourselves. We're not constantly driving our relationships deeper. Have you ever had a relationship that, let's say, never really breaks a certain surface level? Are there family members that you don't get along with? Why is that? Is that because of them? So the reason I'm sharing all of this is because I want to explore the idea of what expectation means, especially positive expectation. I had an experience today that showed me that I was living from expectation of what it is that I wanted. And obviously people say it all the time. You hear it all the time. Don't have expectations. And other people say, oh, well, you're coming from abundance. You should expect the best to happen for you. You should always expect that things are going to work out for you. And, maybe there's a certain element of trust in there. But here's the thing. Expecting and trust are two different things. They're two different words. And expecting something implies, well, it could imply that there's some sort of entitlement in there. Let me just put it simple. What happens when you expect something and you don't fucking get it? What happens? Does it feel good? Come on. Does it feel good? No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel good. And how else might it feel? It might feel like, wow, am I ever going to get there? Am I ever going to have the relationship that I want? Am I ever going to have the business that I want to have? Am I ever going to be living from purpose? Am I ever, it just continues. Whatever it is for you. Am I ever going to get out of this job that I'm in? The list goes on. Because we're expecting it. We're expecting change. You ready for the gold nugget? We're not committed to change. We're expecting it. And when it doesn't happen, it feels like the world's ending, doesn't it? When you expect something and it doesn't work out. Versus, I'm not expecting it anymore. I'm committed to it. So now it doesn't matter if things don't work out for me anymore. Because I'm committed to them working out for me. I'm committed. I'm willing to earn it. I'm willing to put in the work. But beyond that, I'm not going to let anything stop me. Because the truth is I cannot expect it. I can't expect it to happen. I could be positive and optimistic, but at some point, expecting something to happen and hoping for something to happen and not putting in the work is complete ludicrous. And there's all kinds of teachings that talk about this. So my question to you, to ponder on, to be with, is what is it that you want to happen? And when it doesn't happen, do you find yourself getting upset? What is it that happens that upsets you, that you want for yourself in your life? Where is it that you want for yourself in your life right now? Do you want a promotion? What is it that you want? And as you're moving towards that, when you're finding yourself falling, how quickly are you getting upset? And that will tell you, truthfully, if you're living from expectation or if you're committed. Because if you're committed, it doesn't matter how many times you fall. You're not expecting it anymore. I'm not expecting it anymore. It doesn't matter how many times I fall. Because I don't expect the best to happen for me. I don't. And you hear how that sounds? I'm committed for the best to work out for me. I'm committed to things working out for me.